right there on top of the moon. We could sit and do nothing. I wish we were both.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Lena's Home Creation. My name is Lena and I like to share lots of different projects on my channel, all on the budget. And today we're going to be making some lanterns. So here you can see me, I'm filling up some large cans. You can use various sizes. These are what I have to hand. And we're going to turn them into beautiful outdoor lanterns for our summer seasons. So carry on watching and I'll talk through the video as we go along. So if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would like to have you guys here. And so what we're doing here, we're just going to freeze the water maybe for a couple of days to make sure it's solid right through. So you can get loads of prints off the internet. I'll try and link some below in the description box. And I'm just using some sellotape to place that over my print, and I'll explain further why I'm doing this to cover my print. And then I'm just cutting it down to size here. So the things we're going to require is a very sharp pointed nail, a towel, a hammer, some packers tape or sellotape as we like to call it, and some cans, large, medium, small, any type that you have to hand, and also your pattern. Now what you want to do first is make sure that your towel is down and make sure that the ice is solid all the way through, and try and wipe the excess frost off the can so that when we place our pattern on the can it doesn't absorb too much water onto the paper. Now you can tape it down, your pattern, with some sellotape or some masking tape. I'm going to be trying various methods here because the coldness of the can and the wetness is going to absorb onto our print, so you've got to work very quickly because the ice is going to absorb through to the paper and smudge up your print. So you've got to work very quickly if you can. Now that our print is securely onto the can, I'm just using an extra tea towel to make sure that my can doesn't roll. And then I'm just going to make sure that every time I bang my nail with the hammer, it pierces the can. So make sure that you do actually create a little hole, but you can see as you go along.
All my time I'm waiting you to answer the phone. Nothing seems to happen, but the last stage is gone. I hope somewhere your voice promises less and us more, but still my pillow's on the floor. Anyone could say that we are never assured, for things we're dreaming of are always out of the store. Pages, a lot of pages to forget, I'm so bored to say.
So you can see here I'm putting the very sharp point on each dot and just tapping away, and you'll repeat the process throughout the whole picture. So I would start with a simple design. Make sure that when you do print off your picture that it's the right size that you want for your can, so you might have to adjust the size of your print before placing it on your can, so that it fits quite nicely. I'm just going to speed up the video as I don't want to bore you, as you already know the idea as I'm going along.
From ash to glow, fall in love. Every day I try to find things in a new set, but late at night I look for those I will never get. Symptoms of my sickness always fade and come back.
So I finished tapping away. It took me about, I would say, a good 25 to 35 minutes. So it might take you some time. If you do get tired, just put the can back in the fridge to freeze it up again, and that way you give yourself a rest. That's what I do sometimes when my hand gets a bit tired. Bear in mind there are holes in the can, so you've got to work very quickly here. And I'm just going to give that a wipe to see if there's no imperfections. If you've missed out a few holes, you can just tap away. And again, I've printed out on a larger scale. That was just a small flower. This is a very large one, and I'm going to be doing that on the back of the can, so that you can sort of flip the can over, so not to waste any space or anything like that. So I'm just going to place that on the back and repeat the same process again. But this time I haven't put sellotape over my picture. I've just put the paper directly on the can. Let's see how this one turns out. You'll find that it may smudge slightly, but not as much, as I'm working in an environment where it's a little bit cooler, so my ice is not melting as fast.
Name you wore from ash to glow. I fall in love. Distance, we've got distance to blame. Anytime it blows your mind, distances can put on a flame. Loving God that's far, we better keep apart and find some way. The hardest words to understand, alas, so easy to pretend. But everything will ask for an end. The rage has come. I felt so young and never called the name you wore from ash to glow. I fall in love. 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 The name you wore from ash to glow. I fall in love. Distance, we've got distance to blame. Anytime it blows your mind, distances can put on a flame. Loving God that's far.
So here I've finished, and I'm just peeling the paper away. This one didn't smudge as much, and I think it's because I wiped the can down and I worked quite quickly because it's a larger pattern, so the holes were easier to see, so that wasn't too bad. And I'm just going to give that a wipe to see that all the holes are punched right through. With a pattern like this, it's easy just to put some holes in where you've missed some. And next I'm going to remove the ice by placing this under hot water, or you can just leave it to melt naturally in the heat. It's entirely up to you, but I'll show the quicker method by just taking it out with some hot water. Now it's time to make some handles for our lantern, and if you carry on watching through the video, I will explain in a slower motion how to make these simple handles. Anybody can do them. They're a little bit fiddly, but they're very easy to make. handle. You have the handle and you curl them inwards and then bang it on the stone with a hammer to get them flat. And then you have the round circle that goes around the can, and I bent them backwards, so you measure them out, make sure it's tight but a little bit loose so that you can lift it over. Okay, and then I made a little hook that goes and clips it there, so it's really quite simple, just a bit fiddly. And what you want to do is, if I get this right now, it doesn't really matter which way, but you want them on the outside, and you want to put one on the inside and the other one goes on the inside like that. And then oops, and then you put the, because I've measured them, there's two ways of doing it, and you hook this piece like that so it's nice and secure, and then you, if it fits, it should fit over your can, and then adjust it. Okay, and then what you could do is, once you're happy with everything, just get your pliers and then tighten the back, making sure that it doesn't come undone. Okay, and that's it. That's how simple it is to the little handles for your lights. So I've tightened everything on the back here, so that should be nice and tight and secure, and then you just adjust it where you want it to be, and you bring those round. If you do it tight, then the light won't slip. I made the handle a little bit short, but that's fine. And this is your little lantern. So easy to make, just a little bit fiddly, and you just need the thicker wire. You can get this from your DIY store, and it goes a long way. So now I'm just going to use some white matte.
I won't stop until I discover all that's beyond. I'll align higher. I'm the one beating my heart's pattern, following the signs. They say I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer.
So once my lantern was dry, that was my first choice of colour, and I'm just going to be using a sky blue to decorate my petals, because during the day that's what I'm going to be looking at, and in the evening it will show completely different.
I wonder if I'll make a difference like that, even if it don't happen fast. Ooh, there's so much more that I feel. I won't stop until I uncover. Ooh, I believe in what I feel. I
And so this is the reveal. This is how my lantern has come out. I'll be making some more, so you know how to make these now. So carry on watching the video and you'll see how I also make some other beautiful lanterns, same sort of method but different styles. And I would suggest that you use maybe a larger candle in there, because the small tea lights are a little bit too small, or maybe use some battery operated ones. These would be good if you put some citronella candles in there to keep the mosquitoes away, but put the larger ones, because the large cans they will glow better. If you put a tea light, the glow will be very minimal, as I tried that out. And I will also show you some video footage of these lanterns outside, so carry on watching till the end, because there's more in store of these beautiful lanterns that I made on a budget. sunburst heart, a lot of holes, but because I was sat out in the sun, the print got wet because of the ice melting a lot quicker, and as you can see it smudges. You can still see it, but it was a very difficult one to do, but I'm glad I did this because it's one of my favorites. And what better way to get rid of ice? Throw it into a cool pool. Great, hey?